Hello everybody, today we are going to discuss about efficiency. As an engineer, I have always asked myself why this efficiency, it can never be 100%. You have seen this kind of symbol before, and this symbol always multiplies your transfer of energy from one state to another with a coefficient which is never 1. It's 0.97, 98, 99, but it's never 1. This is what always bothers me. Why, when I have some energy and I want to transfer it to some other sort of energy and I have everything I want, still there is a loss of energy. Of course, if there would be no loss of energy, that would put me in a perfect situation. I would be transferring energy forever and ever, and I would have some sort of perpetuum mobile, which we know it is impossible. But still, I want to explain how this works basically. Now, in theory, which means at mathematical level, I can do the following. I can put one force, like the Newton force, 100 units, and I can hit the wall. The wall will answer back with exactly the same amount of energy. This is in theory, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that. In reality, we are in a curved space, this universe, and you have everything made of spheres, which is mass. And if I hit one sphere of mass with the wall will answer back, but the temperature of these elements are not exactly the same, and here there is some sort of friction, some sort of not perfect contact. There is a slide effect, and the wall will answer back, but it will answer back with only almost the entire energy, not the energy itself. Some it will be absorbed by the sphere itself, some heat is going to be lost here, but the response back, it will never be 100%. What do I need to make it 100%? I think if we would have flat space like this one, and we will have a universe made of squares at subatomic level, we are made of spheres, and imagine we are made of cubes, situation would be different. If the temperature would always be the same, if I hit with a square the wall, and the wall at subatomic level is made of squares without empty space between them, like here where we have spheres, but there is some space between them. So this is not a perfect flat situation. This is a perfect line. If I hit with the square the wall will answer back with exactly the same amount of energy. There will be no loss. It will always answer the same manner. Now, to explain this very simple, let's apply this concept to the game of snooker, which you have seen it many times. We are in a curved space. So, if you are Ronnie O'Sullivan and I tell you hit this ball, this white ball, with this red ball and put it in a pocket, you can hit it directly. You have to imagine a perfect line. And you can do that. You can hit exactly in the right spot. The white will follow more or less a straight line. If nothing deviates it will hit the red exactly in the middle and it will go into the pocket. You have seen this many times. But not everybody can do that, and not all the time. So the question is, why we cannot replicate this? Why you have to be good to do this kind of things? And not many people can do that. That is happening, that we are working with spheres in a spherical environment. And there is some sort of loss. We always hear people say that it was on imperfect contact here. But how can I make it perfect all the time if I have everything made of spheres? That is complicated. But let's say we are in a situation of the flat universe when we know everything is made of cubes. Space is flat, so nothing deviates the cube. And I apply the same force in the middle. The square, the cube will hit the other one exactly in the middle and it will go into the pocket. The thing is, it will always go like that all the time. Here, you don't have to be Ronnie O'Sullivan. Anybody can do it. In fact, you can do it a million times, the result will always be the same. There is nothing to deviate the cube. But there is a problem. If there is no deviation, how can we have something different? If the event is always the same, it means here there is no time. Time is absent. Which you know, it is somehow like this in a flat universe. Here, time is 1 second every second. And we can say we can have a life and live in this kind of environment. But here, we won't be able to have the life we have it today. So, if I replicate over and over this element, it's going to give me exactly the same point here, and the result will always be the same. But here, even if I tell you, okay, hit me this ball to hit here, you cannot do it from the first time. It takes some time until you hit it in the right spot. But even if you make it and you can hit exactly here, if I can tell you, do it once again, it will be very difficult, because these two spheres, it will not have exactly the same amount of contact. Because of this, we have variations and we have time and we have events. So the question would be, how would I get this situation here if I want to? Or if you want, how can I have the less and less problems in front of me if I have a car and I want to go from city A to city B, but I don't want to follow the highway like this? Well, it seems that we are having a solution with a railroad, and we have tried to do this already, to put a straight line as cheap as possible, but still it costs money, and we can travel much cheaper in this way. So, getting to the bottom of it, we have this, a car or a railroad if you want, and I apply a force. It will lose some of its energy as it will travel, but in a case where we are in an environment where there are only squares and cubes, there is nothing in front of it to move it to the left or to the right. Nothing would change its trajectory. So in this situation, you would not lose energy. So if I give it an initial kick here, it will just travel forever and ever, but only in a straight line. That is the definition of a perpetuum mobile, and it applies only to the flat universe. But we are in a curved universe. So in a curved universe, the situation is slightly different. I can give a kick to the car, but the car will just travel in a curved trajectory, hitting the air and other elements, the road, and will just stop after a while, and the trajectory will be a curve. It will not be a perfect line. That would be impossible. Even on a railroad, if you give it to the train an initial kick, it will not just go forever and ever. It will stop after a while. So if I can apply the situation backwards, if I have the car in a curved universe, what I need to make it perpetuum mobile, I need to bring it to the flat universe. Have you ever seen that? Do we have the flat universe? We don't have it, because the initial Big Bang curved everything, and the curved universe is everywhere right now in this room. So if I can put it here, I can put a car from a real world to a theoretical world. That is something we can do. We can say a real car in a theoretical world, it will be like perpetuum mobile, but we don't need that. A theoretical concept brought back to our universe, it will behave like a normal car, because everything is curved, even if originally it will behave in a perfect manner, because our world is not perfect and it loses energy at every contact between two spheres, it will slow down and it will stop eventually. There is something that Wanda said that we can do even better than a railroad. He wanted to make an underground pipe between Bucharest and Ploiești, like this. Void here, there's no air, like a pipe for a subway, but even better. And you can put here some sort of steel mechanism, where here it is storage device, or like a wagon, and two spheres here. There is almost no space here, less than 1 millimeter. And you put it with a force here, pressure. I give it an initial kick, because there is nothing in front of it, it should go for 60 kilometers from Bucharest to Ploiești. And you can transport products, people, or whatever in this manner. This is, if you want, a better way of replicating the flat universe when the materials you are using it are made of spheres. And what you are transporting is also made of spheres. This is in fact an improved way of a subway, if you want, of a metro. We have the metro today, and this is, if you want, the next level. But still it will lose some energy, because we have in front of it the curved space itself, and the curved space itself, it will interact with whatever it is that we are pushing through the pipe. So getting to the bottom of it, obtaining the perpetuum mobile, is somehow impossible in a flat universe. Still, there is something some people may say. If time is 1 second every second here, and here there is no time between the spheres of space, if I can make a quantum connection with these ones, I could get some sort of the machine with a story that you can find on the internet, which Tesla has seen that he has found that. What does this mean? Here there is no time, but here only radiation can exist, which means you have to construct a car which has an engine powered by radiation. It will only work like that. So you need to have some sort of connection between radiation and the mass of the car, and that radiation would have somehow pushed the car onwards forever and ever. The advantage is this radiation is everywhere, so you have to transport it because it's already everywhere. But how do you get that? I don't know exactly. It is the only way we can somehow use this energy, this environment, and its power of the absence of time to push things which are in time. But I have to question, if I do this and I use this power, when I transfer it, I won't lose some of it, it will be 100%, or the efficiency will also be 90 point something. That is a good question. I have not seen any kind of device at this kind of level. I have only seen the quantum computer recently, but that quantum computer also is connected with a classical computer, so we have some problems here at the interface. But anyway, the conclusion is the universe itself doesn't allow a transfer of energy of 100%. That was before the universe got created, in a flat universe. And the universe which is curved is also everywhere. That is impossible to break something from flat universe to the curved universe, but maintaining its property from the flat universe. That is just impossible. I think this is made it very clear that we are looking for a concept of the perpetuum mobile which is theoretical, but if we will ever make something similar, it will always be almost 100%, but never 100%. Thank you for watching.